Yes, greetings to everyone. Welcome to the African Liberation Station, where we liberate your mind from the matrix. This is a very important reason that we're going to have because this is the thing that our brethren and systems are not seeing, are not realizing. So I'm going to bring you up to speed with some things, and this show is going to call the bird catchers, right? And the reason I'm going to give you the reason why I call the show the bird catchers because I remember when I was young, right? I used to catch birds, seeing, and what I used to do in those days, I used to go in a place where we plant a lot of coffee or chocolate or oranges, right? And I used to clear out a path and I used to make the trap for the bird at a particular distance, right? Because we watch the patterns of the birds and we know how they operate after studying them for quite some time. So now I will clear a path and I will get the seeds that I'm going to use for the birds to go to the trap. Now when I clear that path, I set one seed at the beginning of the path and I go at a certain amount of distance and I set another seed and I do the same until it get up to where the trap is. I put a lot of seed up in that area and in the trap. Now I don't put the seeds outside the area where the way out of the area where the trap is that the bird will come and fill its stomach. No. I used to sit there and I study the birds and I watch the bird as they fly down and they pick the first seed. Before they even pick the first seed, what the bird do? The bird look right, left, look every direction if there is anything or anyone in sight. So the bird have its awareness about itself. But as the bird proceed, the bird pick up that seed, look around, the same way, same pattern, because its awareness is sharp. The bird will go to the next seed and do the same thing. And even on its way there, it's looking and being aware and watching if anyone is there, trying to do anything to it. The bird will follow those seeds until by the time the bird get close to the trap, it lose its awareness. How? Because the bird sees so much seed now. There's plenty food. So the bird don't even see that there's a trap that is waiting for him. That his death is imminent. And someone is going to hit him or her. You see? Because the bird become unaware. The system that we are living in puts us in the same place. And I'm going to show you. Many of us, when we were living or growing up in Jamaica, we remember when television first came into play. Television first came into play, we only have one channel. And that channel was black and white. And you would only see the news first on that one channel because most people didn't have a television. So what happened now, if you live in a community or in a village area, if one person in that village have a television, everyone would come and watch that television there, right? Okay, fine. It goes on and on until they start to put one show called a Martinique on the television. Okay? And then everyone would come and see that. So for the rest of the day, there was no television program. Only when news time come, that is the time that it would be on, and when that Martinique. It go on, and so till what would happen after a while, right? It would change. And this thing would change in such a way that the fact of the matter is, okay, that when it comes to that, right? When it comes to that, they start to beef up the program now. They start to put some cartoons and all those things on the television. There was, all of these things that were happening, and all of these things start to take place on this television program. Now, ones are unaware of a lot of these things. And the reason why I'm saying that ones are unaware of these things because one don't realize what they are doing. Now go on and go on till they start to add channels to the television, right? So when the more channel they add to the television, then people become more happy. But every time you'd have to get up and go over there to go change the channel to see, okay, the other channel. Now they decide to come up with another scheme, okay? It's called a remote control, where you would sit on your chair, right? And when you sit there, then what would be happening in that moment with that remote control? You start to flip channel from channel to channel. You are flipping now, okay? Because they give you a way where you don't have to get up out of that chair. So they are getting you in your comfort zone, so to speak. Just like that bird that is unaware that there's a trap that is being set for it that is going to ultimately destroy it. This is what they have done to you. They bring satellite TV. They start, when you start to move around in Jamaica now, going up in places like Red Hills and all these different places and Stony Hills and all these different places, Beverly Hills and all these places, you start to see these large satellite dish, right? And these are the things that those who have the money, they start to have these things in their home where they're getting several channels and all these different things now. Start to poisoning their mind with pornography and all these different things that they are pushing, right? But take it forward to the television now. The television start to be in color instead of black and white. You see, they move things very slowly. So it's just like, again, setting the bait or setting the trap. When a person throws a line out to catch a fish, the fish will pick the bait. A lot of times you don't reel the fish in, especially if the fish is big. You don't reel him in one time. You let him run, let him get tired before you start to reel him in. And that is how they use the same mentality to reel us into these traps that they are setting for us for our demise. Right? That is why, again, the system is called a matrix. It is there to trick and control you in every aspect of life. Once this remote control come forward now and people sitting down, drinking their beer, eating their food, and sitting where they have, popping these channels and feeling fine and think everything, you see how these things deteriorate now that you and your brethren can be sitting down having a reasoning. And your brethren, remember, say there's a football game or a cricket game that is going to be coming on. And your brethren will quickly dismiss the important reason that you were having. Because the football game or the basketball game is more important than the reason that you were having. That is how the system operates. That is how the system deals. And those are the things that we as a people were not realizing that was taking place. And the fact of the matter is, these are the things that catch us and caught us into a place where now we are seeing the consequence of all this action, right? Because, again, in the moment and time, in those days when these things were taking place, we were not realizing what were going on. But I'm bringing you up to speed to show you how these things transition from one point to the next, that you are caught in a trap that you are unaware of and don't know that is a trap that was set for you. The fullness of the thing is, when you come to see and examine these things, as I have been for many years, because I watch what this television come into. It comes from those points that I'm talking about till you reach to cable TV. Now you get many channels on your TV. You can get hundreds of channels, right? And you thinking this is the best thing that happened, as some people would say, since sliced bread. You see, and that is the thing. Now, our women become so unaware They watching the soap opera, they watching the housewives. They have ways now that they used to use a video recorder to record these shows. They even put it to the point now where you don't need a VHS to record and these things anymore. You can record it on your television and come home and watch it. And so these people become so caught up in a system, in the trap, that is ultimately going to destroy them, that they are unaware, you see, that the games that these things are playing with their life. So they are pushing us as humanity are as a people are further and further apart from each other, where we can reason and have dialogues and see how we're going to work our way out of this prison system that we were born in. You see, now you're born in a prison and they are going to destroy you ultimately. And it is those who are unaware of all of these things that they are going to destroy, as we talk about the cell phone. Okay? Now, at this stage and point where we are living in, this so called cell phone, it becomes your computer, it becomes your television, it becomes everything that you are walking around with in your hand. And if someone did tell you when they first come out with a cell phone that this is what it was going to morph into, you would say it's a lie. You see? You would say, no, this is never going to happen. But follow the thing. You don't need those, not even laptop computers are not important anymore. You don't see people walking around with laptop because when a computer first came out, it was on your desk at home with this big thing. But now they came with laptop. Then they came with iPad. They came with all of these different things. Those little small computer that you could actually fit in almost in the palm of your hand. Now it's all on your cell phone. So you don't need a laptop. You don't need a desktop. You don't need any of these anymore. So everywhere you go now, these things are following you. The trap that you are in is everywhere you are. And you don't even know because you see, oh, it's convenience. Everything is convenience. You see, they have us in such a place that when you sit down and you realize the importance of what is going on. Yeah, man.